Hello, all. I am live now. Let's go. Yeah, I don't have anything. I do not want that. Yeah. Hello, welcome to the stream. I'm gonna be doing Event Slayer, as the title says. Or well, as the thumbnail indicates. And yeah, I'm not gonna be streaming too long today because I do have some more things I have to attend to. In not too long. But hopefully we can at least do a couple bosses and kind of get my setup rolling. Because my setup is pretty good at this point for Eman Slayer. I would say so myself. We spent a little bit of time last stream actually kind of getting it up to spec. And I spent a little bit of time off camera leveling up my secondary drag. So now I do actually have 2 drags, one with an EXP share and one without any pet item on it right now. I'm going to be putting a combat XP boost on it. For that extra sweet combat XP. Also, I don't think 5 mil is actually going to be enough. Take out an extra 8 mil. I'm not sure if this is enough either. Combat XP boost? Oh, it actually is. Perfect. Okay. I just gotta have to sort by rarity. Epic. There we go. That wasn't enough. I lied. Let's draw another 4 mil. Yeah. Currently, I do not have max bank, which is kind of a shame. Because I am obviously using a G-Drag for damage, and that means I'm going to be doing less damage than I would be if I did have max bank. But yeah, overall I think it's going to be okay. It's definitely going to be worth it compared to, excuse me, compared to doing it with E-Man, simply because of Magicfind, right? Because I can also swap to my day axe, which has Chimera free on it, which means, yeah, I'm getting an extra 40 free Magicfind for my day axe, and I think an extra, like, 20 free from my golden dragon, which is gonna slowly get better and better as the bosses go on, since it's gonna be leveling up, right? Which is just gonna be very nice. I do have to do a couple things here, because, yeah, I have to switch to a different power stone. Let me actually see what my balance is so far. Yeah, okay, so I kinda need Hurtful. And I do also want to check my speed really quick, which does seem to actually be maxed out, which is fantastic. The same with my attack speed, which is also fantastic. I don't actually know, no. I'm just getting 88 attack speed, just base, which is fantastic. I actually put in a little bit more strength then. Oh, wait. Oh, my points were all specced into something. I think it was intelligence before? Probably. Intelligence doesn't really matter since the only thing I'm going to be using my hype for is actually spawning the bosses, which is going to be nice. It's kind of the best way to spawn bosses is just to hype them. And yeah, I'm just going to kind of get right into it because I don't have too much time today, so I don't really want to be wasting a whole bunch of time just rambling. Yeah, just checking my mic is indeed active. I might be a little bit rusty. I'm also doing it in a setup that I haven't actually done it before, because I have done like Warden Helmet, Crimson armor before, but the only times I've actually done it and like gotten it to work has been using a G-Drag or an E-Drag, sorry. Also, that's not my boss. I wonder why it wasn't like aggroing, but that's because that was not my boss. There's also a bunch of guys leaving their mini bosses unattended, which is a little bit annoying, but it's fine. Yeah. So if this is completely impossible, like if I can't actually do bosses like this, I do have a couple things I can do to make these bosses a little bit easier. First of all, I can actually upgrade my power orb. I do have like all the materials necessary to upgrade to a plasma flux at the ready, which could be obviously a very big increase in my survivability. I could also do stuff like getting more legion. I also do have a little bit of extra magical power I could go for. So I just generally have like a lot of things I could kind of go for to improve my Demon Slayer setup at the current moment. But yeah. Overall, this doesn't seem too bad right now, though. I did play this boss pretty safe, though, so it could end up that it's actually a lot worse. But yeah, 55 seconds for the first boss of the day is not too bad. I would like to see that go a bit down a bit more, because I have been able to get pretty consistent sub 50-second bosses and even occasional sub 40-second bosses um, while phase skipping. Which I'm probably not going to be going for since I do want the Magicfind from my day axe, which means it's going to be a lot harder to phase skip. So it does have venomous. I was just checking if it had venomous on it because, yeah, that's something you really want to have on your day axe because damage, obviously, whenever you're finishing something off. My day axe is also on prosecute, which is not ideal, but that's simply like it's prosecute 6, which means it's a tier 7 enchant, so I don't really want to replace it. And the reason it is on prosecute is because I use it for ghost grinding, where prosecute is a lot better than execute. And yeah, you kind of just need to memorize like how much day axing I actually need, or like how much atom splitting I can get away with before I have to like swap to day axe to actually get the Magicfind on kills. I do also have a pretty full RNG meter right now. Which is kind of cool, because that means I can potentially drop some cool items, which would be pretty augurs. More specifically, I could potentially drop a core. I think my core meter is like over 50% full at the moment, which is kind of exciting, because it means that I have a pretty high core drop chance. So yeah, I'm just gonna tap him once with that, and that seems to work out pretty well. 281 Magicfind. And just a regular boss. That is crazy, actually. Holy shit. Wow. I might be able to like swap my beacon to Magicfind too, which could work in my favor. To get a little bit of extra Magicfind, actually. But yeah. Overall, that's not bad, though. I very much take that any day of the week. But yeah. Another Maniac here, which is kind of nice. You might be wondering why I'm doing like human bosses in the Sealer boots I had out, not in the Voidling Sepulchre. But there's a couple of reasons for that. Reason number one is that it's simply kind of easier, because my hype with a melee setup, I can one-tap bruisers, but I can't one-tap like all the mobs in the Voidling Sepulchre, which means it's kind of just easier to spawn for me. The second reason is summoning eyes. You get a lot of summoning eyes just by doing Eman bosses in the Sealer Bruiser hideout, which is kind of fun, kind of exciting. And then the third reason is that I have maxed all the bestiaries in the Sealer, or like in the Voidling Sepulchre, which just kind of means that if I were to like keep doing bosses there, I would kind of be wasting bestiary progress, which I'm not really for. Also, I think I lied. My energy meter is not quite halfway full, but it's almost halfway full. It's going to be halfway full very soon. But yeah, so that's the main reasons. There is also a side reason as well. I went into all these reasons more in depth in my actual Eman Slayer video that I uploaded not too long ago. Maybe I should have linked to that in the description. That probably would have made sense, but yeah, too late now. Where I kind of, yeah, it's my video where I got Eman 9, and I kind of went through kind of my setup back then. And it's pretty much the same thing I'm doing right now. I'm just using G-Drag instead of E-Drag, which means I get slightly slower boss times, but I do obviously get like an extra 60 Magicfind, which is very much worth it. For those 2-3 extra seconds I have to use per boss. Obviously, if I could do bosses just as fast within, you know, Magicfind setup as well, like do sub 40-second bosses, that would be very exciting, but that's probably not going to happen for a while at least. I could try to do something like swap to my G-Drag right as the boss dies, and then actually use my E-Dragon boss for the entire boss, but I feel like that would be a little bit of a waste. Since, like, yeah, I don't feel like that would be too productive. I don't feel like I would be able to do fast bosses like that, because I'd have to be aware of the swap, and that means I kind of have to be a little bit slower with, you know, the whole killing it in the final phase. There's obviously the lasers phase, which I guess it could make sense to kind of swap during the lasers phase. I didn't actually really think about that. That might actually work out pretty well, but I might experiment with that a little bit later. We can maybe look at that and more into that tomorrow. For today, I just kind of want to get back into Yemen bosses and kind of remember how I do Yemen Slayer. Because honestly, I've kind of forgotten. It's been like a pretty long while since I actually did Yemen last time. I haven't done Yemen since I made the whole Yemen Slayer video. For a good reason, obviously. I've been kind of burned out from Yemen because I kind of speedran Yemen 9. Simply because I wanted that extra plus 20% Vanquisher chance and just rare mobs chance in general. Which obviously I couldn't really get before. Hello, Divnish. Nice to see you too. I'm sorry about like the streams lately. I did promise a stream yesterday, but I wasn't able to stream because I had some plans. But I'm back today, which is something at least. At least I sort of keep my promises. At least with the frequency of my streams. The stream today is going to be pretty short though too, because I do also have some more plans in not very long. Also, my inventory is already filled up with ender pearls, which happens every once in a while. Doesn't really matter. But yeah. Also, I do want to keep an eye out on Twilight Arrow Poison, exactly because right now the price is absolutely nothing, which means I'm probably actually gonna take out some money here and just invest it into Twilight Arrow Poison. Twilight Arrow Poison kind of drops in price during Atrox, like a lot. I think I can do like 20k. But yeah, easily. I can do way more than that. I think I'll do 40k then. That's the last, oh no, not 40k per, oh my god. 40k, 49k, that's fine. Top order plus 0.1. I'll just put that order in. I did this the last time Atrox rolled around as well. And I actually ended up making like 100 mil. Which was a pretty good investment. So yeah, little pro tip, whenever Atrox rolls around, you can try to invest in Twilight Arrow Poison. There's a good chance that they'll go up. Because they kind of typically settle around 3k a pop after like a few months of not Atrox, because people need it for Kudra. Which means there's actually quite a lot of demand for it, which is kind of nice. But obviously during Atrox, because everyone's doing Slayers, they kind of tend to absolutely collapse in price. It's one of those flips that, you know, kind of like gold used to be with Diana. Where gold will always go up during Diana and then drop again. Which it still kind of does, but not to the same extent, just kind of because gold is less valuable nowadays than it used to be. So yeah, that's kind of the same thing that happens with Twilight Arrow Poison. It's just a little bit more of a newer flip, because obviously Infernal Kudra hasn't really been a thing for a whole lot, like that long, in the grand scheme of things. But yeah. Means that not many people actually, there are some people taking advantage of the flip, definitely, but it just kind of means that the margins generally a bit better. That's kind of how it is with every single sort of a auction house and bazaar flip. It's like, it's very much just like, you know, the lesser known flips have better margins, whereas the more known flips have worse margins. Which makes sense, right? Because if everyone knows a flip is good, it's gonna not become good because everyone is gonna try to take advantage of it. It kind of always what happens with pretty much everything. It's kind of the same thing with cryptocurrency. It's like, once everyone knows you can make a whole bunch of money in cryptocurrency, people start making no money in cryptocurrency, right? It's kind of funny and kind of tragic in the same way. But yeah. Overall, though, I don't think it's too much to worry about. I don't tend to like worry a whole lot about flips and stuff, just kind of because I feel like they're a little bit cheesy. I kind of do prefer just grinding my money out, but once in a while when you find something really, really good for money, it can always be good idea to invest a couple million coins in it. Just so you have to mine a little bit less, you know? It can be nice to just not have to mine quite as much. Also, I think I just had like a Crimson Swipe tick for like 3k damage, which was kind of funny. Also, yeah, 47-second boss there. I did get a little bit of help, I think, but I think he was in unstable dragon armor, the guy who was helping me out, so I don't really think it mattered too much. That's a pretty decent time boss. Obviously, I would like that to be a little bit lower still, but not too bad. Just swapping to day axe does always add a couple seconds to your boss, which is a little bit tragic. Simply because you can't finish them off quite as fast, right? Like if you're not bothering with the swap, you can kind of just spam your add-on split during that final phase, and you're kind of just instantly one-tap it as soon as it comes out of the lasers, which is pretty nice whenever that happens, but you can't do that same thing with the AX because it just doesn't do that much damage. Even like my day axe, which is like pretty much hypermax, the only thing it really needs is like Chimera 5. It has Chimera 3 right now. It has pretty much every other tier 7 enchant that's valid. Maybe besides Venomous 6. But yeah. So it's pretty much as good of a day axe as you can really get to like finish stuff off with. The only thing that I could really improve on it is like actually swapping it to execute, but yeah, I'm not going to do that for reasons I mentioned earlier. But yeah, 50-second boss. I mean, I'm pretty fine with just getting around 50-second bosses. I know I just like said I wanted that to be a little bit lower, but honestly 50-second bosses is not that bad. It's not the best thing in the world, and I have definitely gotten better boss times using E-Drag, but for the amount of Magicfind I'm getting per boss at like 280, I haven't really gotten too many drops, but yeah, like 280 free Magicfind, I can't really complain. Like that's so good, right? It's like I'm killing 2.8 times more for Enderman for every kill I actually get, which is kind of crazy to think about. Like imagine if Magicfind wasn't a thing and you'd have to kill like so many more E-men and like zombies and every single Slayer boss for just getting those RNG drops. Like cores would literally be like 2 times rarer. Like genuinely would be like 2 times rarer. If that was the case. Oh, so that's like the second phase skip I think I've gotten today. Which is kind of exciting. It's always nice getting phase skips because you save a little bit of time. And obviously Skyblock is all about optimizing everything as much as possible so you don't actually have to spend any time doing anything. Nice. Yeah. 55 seconds, that wasn't too good, but it's kind of whatever. Yeah, I'm gonna be doing a lot more Atrox during this Atrox, just because it's been a while. A lot more Slayer, sorry, since like during this Atrox, because it's been a while since I've really done a whole bunch of Slayers. I am still missing something like Wolf 9 as well, and I might even get a little bit into Blaze Slayer as well during this Atrox. I'm not quite sure yet. Kind of depends on if I get burned out of Demon Slayer anytime soon. Which I might, very much. It's not like it's a fun Slayer, definitely, but it's also very demanding. Which means that because I'm streaming at the same time, it kind of becomes kind of exhausting really quickly. It's kind of the same thing with dungeons. I tend to get really tired quite fast. Because you just kind of have to keep a lot of focus. Which is kind of rough, right? If you're streaming for like a couple hours and you have to just do Demon Slayer. I have streamed a lot of Demon Slayer in the past, too. So I feel like I don't have too much more to say about Demon Slayer. But I haven't actually streamed any Blaze Slayer or any Wolf Slayer, pretty much. So that could be maybe a little bit more interesting. Also, almost phase swap there. Oh my god, down to 1.7 mil health. That is really, really low. Means I can pretty much one-tap him. Nice Mana Steel book. Which is interesting. But yeah. As I said before, or as I briefly mentioned before, with Bestiary, my goal is to kind of max out Sealer Bestiary in not too long, because I kind of just want to have it maxed. It's one of those bestiaries that I still have left that is going to take a lot longer than a lot of the other bestiaries, because it's just one of those bestiaries that just requires so much more time compared to almost every other bestiary, right? Like the average bestiary you can kind of max out in maybe, what, 10 hours of grinding? But then there's a couple of them that like takes way, way longer, and one of those is ghosts, which I've actually already pretty much done. I think I'm missing like 5k kills out of like 250,000, which means I can pretty much just sit down an hour on an afternoon whenever I really want to and just finish that, which is kind of exciting. But another one of those is Sealet Bruisers, or like Sealets in general. I think they have the merged bestiary. It's kind of kind of funny, but even though I have actually done quite a lot of Sealet Bruiser grinding, it's still one of those bestiaries that just takes a lot longer than every other bestiary. I talk fast? Yeah, I do kind of talk fast. I have a lot of things I want to say, you know? Also, I almost died there, Jesus. The healing from my hype deck came kind of clutch. Having a hype really for like just healing is honestly very nice. Mainly Demon Slayer, just because in Demon Slayer, one of the biggest problems is just having enough EHP to kind of survive the boss, but if you have like good healing, obviously that's kind of not too necessary. It's obviously also nice for stuff like Blaze Slayer and stuff, but specifically for like Slayers like, well, basically Wolf and Zombie Slayer, a hype isn't really that useful. Like a hype can be nice for Wolf Slayer just for spawning, but specifically for Zombie Slayer, like a hype almost does nothing for you, because like it's not like you're gonna die to the boss ever, and if the boss doesn't take magic damage, there's not like you can hype it. And like even for spawning, generally you just kind of you can like use a Spirit Scepter and it would be better. So it's kind of useless there, but there's definitely a lot of scenarios where a hype really does actually help you a lot. Get Ender Dragon. I don't know how I would help you get Ender Dragon, but maybe. Kind of depends what you mean help you. I would recommend, if you're on a normal profile, to just buy an Ender Dragon off the auction house and like get it through coins grinding, because like actually doing Ender Dragons, like doing dragons with summoning eyes you grind out, it's kind of pain. Because it's so RNG heavy. Then you'd have to wait for stuff like Diana, preferably even Jerry Diana, but yeah, you can't really do too much, and then you're still just praying for RNG. There's a reason like a whole lot of Ironmen just don't bother ever really going for the Ender Dragon pet, simply because it's so RNG reliant. Kind of the same thing with Alloy. It's not even like there's an RNG meter or something you can just fill out at one point, it's just pure RNG. It's a lot easier to get something like, if you want to manually grind for something, it's a lot easier to get something like a Golden Dragon, because that's just coins. And you can always, like, get coins. A Golden Dragon is also just generally a lot more useful than an E-Drag. Like, the only thing you really use an E-Drag for is, like, Emon Slayer, and then, like, really early Master Mode if you don't have, like, proper gear. Like, even then, you very much prefer to have, like, a Legendary E-Drag, so you can have a knockback immunity, which is extremely expensive. Obviously, with a G-Drag, you do want to have that bank, which can also be extremely expensive, but in general, I'd say a G-Drag is a lot more worth it, just for the Magicfind alone. And you do get a decent amount of damage even if you don't quite have a max bank. I would also go on and to talk about how, like, it also allows you to grind petty XP and stuff, but that's kind of dead. There's actually that community project. I still need to donate to that. I forgot to do that yesterday, and I'm almost forgetting to do that today as well. Actually, I think I'm gonna go donate to the city project after this boss, or else I'll just forget it. I do want that memento. I don't know how far along it is, but it's probably decent. Chick is AH? Who's AH? if you're trying to get something off like a traditional auction, if it's not like 5 minutes left, it's almost never really worth bidding on it, because that's when everyone bids. A lot of people have flipping mods, which only really alert them of like flips whenever there's like less than 5 minutes left of an auction. So yes, I need bones, I need birchwood, and I need enchanted pufferfish. Enchanted pufferfish, I'm assuming is kind of expensive by now. Yeah, 5k per is not cheap. It's only 300k coins, but it's not cheap. I'd say like 4 mil out. I think that's more than enough money I need to actually fill out all of these, but still want to. Okay, so then I need carrots, right? 160 carrots, I need an enchanted bone block and 128 enchanted birch. So I'll start with the birch. Birch is very cheap. The carrots are also very, very cheap from what I remember. Yeah, like it's 1, 2, and then I think it's like 32. And then what it was a bone block, right? Bone block. Block of bones. It's really random with like the things you have to donate to these things. Like the community projects. It's always like the most random items. A bone block also is expensive, holy. Yeah. Kind of funny, that's actually one of the more donated ones. I guess it's because a lot of Ironmen are donating. Which I guess makes sense. Yeah. There we go. I got 200 things, and I only have 8 contributions. Hopefully I can actually get this memento. That would be kind of nice. I've collected every single memento they've ever released. That's kind of cool. Even though they're kind of useless, because they are just meant to be, you know, cosmetic collectibles. But, you know, it's still kind of cool to have them. I don't have, like, stuff like the fishes or pretty much any other sort of collectible other than really the mementos. Those are the other ones I really collected. Generally because the mementos are just a little bit easier to get your hands on compared to like all the other things. Like some of the fishes are literally billions of coins. Currently I have 148 million. Well, that's good. Brother, invite you? Invite you to what? You want to be in my lobby to watch me do Demon Slayer? With 20 million a 6-day auction? Oh, that's kind of interesting. I mean, just kind of locking up your capital now. I wanted to give your opinion on a couple sets. Okay. Sure. Wait, give me a moment here. Oh my god. I'm fumbling. There we go. There we go. Just don't warp me out. Oh my god, that username sounds like a bot. Sky-Age. G-Warp. You want me to look at this guy's AH? 1, 2, 3, 4. TMG 1, 2, 3, 4. Is it just TMG 1, 2, 3, 4? Or is it actually TMG 1, 2, 3, 4? Why is his name TMG? Also, you lied to me. There's no guy called TMG. Oh wait, it's 2, 3, 4. It's not 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, there we go. So this guy? Yeah, I mean, you're not gonna get this. This is gonna be at least 400 million coins, if not more. Like, auctions don't. They don't have any sort of representative price at all until, like, the last 5 minutes of them. Sometimes people bid a little bit higher and, like, 50 minutes before and stuff. If you really want to win auctions at, like, a little bit of a discount, you can never, like, really win an auction at, like, half the price of, like, what the item's actually worth. But if you do want to win at the auction, like, at a discount compared to, like, just lowest bin, you do have to, bid pretty much 80% or 90% of the item's value at least. Yeah, that's pretty much the only thing you can really do. Also, hi Juicy Pig. You want me to look at you? Have a nice equipment set. 2 Master Swords and everything. Golden Dragon. Not bad. Oh! Sussy strong dragon armor? Wait, you died this? What? Oh, you Necron died it. Nice. Is this Exotica stable? I don't think it is now. Is it? That might be exotic and stable. It's kind of cool. I do actually have some exotic dragon armor in my auction house myself, but I got a few more. Okay. I'll look at them after this boss. I do actually have some exotic dragon armor myself, because I used to actually dye dragon armor a little bit back in the day. I did sell, I had an exotic, like a really cool exotic unstable set, but I sold it like for my superior armor back in the day, so I just sold it for like market price, which was kind of tragic, but I do have like I still have like some exotic wise leggings, and I do have some like undyed superior armor in my auction house now, because I wanted to dye my superior, but then at that point when I got my superior, they had patched like your ability to actually dye the armor, but they still haven't patched, like you could like there were still ways to dye it at that point, but they hadn't patched like you could ooh, Twilight Arrow Poison, nice. I will just put that in like a chest somewhere, because I do want to collect this. A said. What? S. Oh, there you are. What is this? Is this... Ooh. Holly dyed young dragon armor. Damn. You're really just going for all the dragon armor sets, huh? I've noticed though, you're only using the cheapest dyes. Just a Wise Dragon helmet, yeah. I have some Wise Dragon leggings that are like dark blue, I think. And then I have some Wise Dragon boots that are like undyed. But they're so bound at this point, so it's not like I'm gonna sell them ever. Pretty clean sets though. I have for a while actually kind of wanted a didn't like how the boots look, so I just dyed it all. Yeah, fair enough. I've actually for a while like wanted a flex set just to wear whenever, you know, you're doing social stuff and not actually needing it for anything. Sure, white doesn't match young. Yeah, fair. But I mean, Holy Dye is also like literally 10 times cheaper than any other boss now, or like any other dye now. If you want to do full black or full white, you're gonna have to at least spend like, what, 750 million or something? That's pretty expensive. I would never like spent that much money on a flex set, but it'd be kind of cool. I did see a guy at one point who had like exotic tarantula boots and like just exotic tarantula armor, and he was like doing dragons with them. It's kind of an interesting profile because his Skyblock level was like really low, but he had a huge net worth just because he had so much dyed armor and stuff. It's kind of fun to see. Also, holy health disappeared. Jesus, this boss is angry. Oh, well, I face skipped. This is your... Oh my god. Yeah, okay, that's some pretty max dungeons armor. You really have not left dungeons, huh? Jesus Christ. It's pure black? Yeah, damn, nice. Jesus Christ, you should really leave dungeons though. It's actually crazy. You're level 193 and you probably have a net worth that's higher than mine just because you have like dungeon sets and stuff. It would not surprise me if you had like multiple terms as well. That I have seen before. Okay, this lobby is also getting extremely crowded. You have 4 terms? Yeah, that's kind of what I thought. Pretty average dungeons player. So, probably. I did have to swap lobby there though, because it was getting pretty crowded. That's kind of the only real downside with doing Demon Slayer and the Seal Booza hideout. You kind of have to swap lobbies pretty often because they tend to get quite crowded, which means your spawn times is gonna take quite long. If you just stay in a crowded lobby for a while. So this lobby is not much better. EH, just G6 P6 them. Fair enough. Oh, that's what you mean. My Necron's armor is only G6 P6. I think I had like 2 Master Swords on the chestplate. That's like it. I don't have a diamond head yet. I don't really enjoy dungeons, so I kind of avoid it. Tell me money making methods. If you're pretty early game, which it very much sounds like you are, I just suggest farming. It's pretty good for money. If you really want to do Slayers, you can try to do Wolf Slayer. That can make a decent bit of money just dropping Overflux cores. Otherwise, something like Nucleus runs is also like a decent way of making money early game. And obviously getting into mining is just a good idea in general. But it very much depends on what you enjoy. I generally recommend farming though for new players because it doesn't really take any skill and you can kind of relax doing it. And you make some decent money per hour. Nothing too crazy, but it's enough to get you into whatever you really want to do. Pretty much everything you want to do in like in the game you can just get into just by farming for a little bit of time. The only exception of that is really like Master Mode and Kudra. You do it with no hands while doing this with on your phone. Yeah, exactly. You can just, if you have multiple monitors, it's very brain dead because you can just put on a series or something on the other monitor and just hold down mouse 1 and walk left. Drop 1 capacitor so far? Nice. I dropped 2, I think. I remember when I first went for my Overflux, I wanted to drop my own core, or my own capacitor, so I went all the way to like Wolf 8, because I got kind of unlucky. That's where your 100 friend came from? Yeah. It's kind of have a good stream. Thank you, Juicy Pig. But yeah, I've honestly, Wolf Slayer's not a bad money-making method for like very new players, because it just kind of works out. Because you really don't need any sort of set, because the boss itself is very easy. And like, since you're gonna probably be trading wolves in like the wolves den, you don't even really have to be able to kill it yourself. You just kind of have to be able to survive it for a little bit, and then just let someone else kill it for you. Then obviously just finish off their bosses in exchange. That's at least what the meta used to be for wolf. I don't actually know what it is right now. I think it's still the same though, right? Like trading wolves. I think it's still that. But it's also a very fast Slayer. It's kind of fun like that. It's pretty fast compared to like, obviously, Blaze and E-Men, which are obviously the slowest Slayers because they're the most difficult, but still. It's not as fast as like Spider or Zombie, but it's still pretty fast, and you honestly make money off pretty much every single boss, which is like the real reason it's kind of good for early game. Also, my boss is really angry right now. There we go. Another Mana Steel book. I haven't really dropped anything excited. I don't even think I've dropped. I think I dropped like a couple very rares, but I haven't really dropped any dark purple very rares. I think I dropped like a Smarty Pants book. I think that's the rarest thing I've dropped so far, right? Yeah, Smarty Pants book there. Hopefully we can get some crazy rare drops. That'd be nice. What's the slowest spawn? That was kill damage because of pops. Yeah, that's true. If you have a good enough setup though, you can actually just one-tap the boss, which is kind of cool, but yeah, true. It is like as intense as you maybe want it to be. It is quite chill. But it's still like relatively fast, I'd say. I'd definitely say that Demon Slayer is a lot slower. Hello, Chop the Head, how are you doing today? But yeah, the immunity frames during like pup spawning is kind of annoying. I feel like they should allow you to like speed up the phase by just killing the pups or something. Like as they spawn. Because it is a little bit annoying. Wolf also did used to be I used to take damage from magic, which was pretty nice because then you could just kind of hype around and do it. But then they made it immune, and then they made it not immune, and then they made it immune again. So they haven't really been able to decide whether or not like Wolf should take damage from magic, which is kind of annoying, honestly, because it just kind of means that you don't really know kind of like the best way to kill wolves at any given time, because they might have just made it take magic damage in the latest update or something. You have great news? Ooh, let me hear. Did you touch grass? Because I haven't. Ooh, an SHS for 5 mil? Damn, that's pretty cheap. How do they manage that? Did you drop it in one of your runs, or? What is the SHS price? Um, if you just buy it off like the dungeon's chest? I don't actually know. Because I know they did the whole thing where they increased the dungeon price, or dungeon chest drops prices because of, you know, inflation. Dungeons, yeah. Touches is overgrown grass. I mean, true. That is very true. I haven't even touched an overgrown grass in my entire playthrough because I haven't farmed at all either. So, the dungeons, yeah. You just max it, nice. It's always nice when you can drop your own pieces of armor and stuff. That always, I feel like it always makes it a lot more satisfying because it's like it's yours, you know. I'm solo tier 5. What? Are you impressed that I can solo a tier 4 Enderman? I mean, I guess, but pretty normal. Most people can solo a tier 4 Enderman, at least at the stage that I'm in of the game, right? There's a lot of like level 120s that can solo tier 4 Enderman. Because it's just one of those things you want to get into quite fast in your game, because it unlocks the term, and the term is just such a nice stepping stone for stuff like an hype, or like just to get a little bit of taste of, you know, end game. Oh, another phase skip, nice. Utility for anymore, haven't tried since the E-Drag nerf. They nerfed E-Drag? When did they nerf E-Drag? I didn't hear about that. I feel like it's just generally made tier 4 easier over time now. Free meal, are you talking about damage? Yeah. That's not that much damage. I can do like free meal outside dungeons, I think. Definitely with my... Oh, well, yeah, okay, you can see... You might not have been able to see there, but I'm getting Crimson Stripes that do like 7 mil a hit, so yeah. I can definitely do a lot of damage. You see my Venomous procs are procking for the 4 mil. It's pretty good. Kind of funny with like Demon Slayer, because it's like... You just do so much damage compared to like every other place in the game with melee. It's just crazy. Could buy 1/3 or something? Oh, wow. Okay, I think they fixed that though. I did get my EMA 9 quite recently with an E-Drag. I had no problem there. I was doing a lot of damage. Was a tier boosted one as well? Oh, another phase skip. Damn, nice. I'm not used to phase skipping with E-Drag. You've got term? Yeah, I got term. It's right here. And a hype. Pretty much all my valuable items are on me right now. I have my 655 too, and my entire Crimson set, which I have Godroll chestplate, which I'm kind of proud of. Obviously my Warden helmet. Pretty good Atom split. It has Demon Slayer 7, but that's kind of the only thing that's really cool about it. Then obviously my Day Axe, which I'm pretty proud of as well. You can phase skip anymore? In my free... Oh, you're doing RCM, yeah. I don't know about RCM. RCM E-Man, I don't actually know about how E-Drag works with the damage there. They might have nerfed that. Because they kind of went in a spree of just trying to make melee viable through Demon Slayer. Which I personally like, because I like melee a lot more than mage. But it's also kind of... was kind of random. Didn't really make too much sense. I think it's useful. It copies your pet stats, and because a golden dragon has a bunch of Magicfind as its stats, it means that when you hold it in your hand, like whenever you kill something and you have like a G-Drag equipped, you get a bunch more Magicfind. The same sort of thing applies to Black Cat Pets, that gives both Magicfind and Pet Luck, which just means it's a very good weapon to kill Slayer bosses with, because you can see I get like a 283 Magicfind if I hold it in my hand whenever I kill something, but I only get a 228 if I don't. Chimera does do that, but the base ability, you can see copies the stats from your active pet right under the +4 damage per taming level. So it kind of acts as if it has Chimera 5, even though it doesn't have any Chimera at all. And then you can get even more copy pet stats with putting actual Chimera on it, which means you can actually get like twice as many stats out of your pet. Like let's say your pet gives you 20 Magicfind, then you'll get 40 Magicfind if you have a Chimera 5 Daedalus axe just from the axe alone. Whereas if you just put Chimera 5 on any weapon, you're only going to get that one-time multiplier. Which is why the day X is so good. It also gives you an extra coins per monster kill, which is kind of nice if you're doing ghost grinding. And yeah, it's just a pretty good weapon. It's also really good for actually doing mythological rituals. I just kind of like it. Yeah, Chimera Book is 100 mil. There's a reason for that though. It's a really, really good ultimate enchant. Oh yeah, another kind of funny thing. Chimera 5 Daedalus axe is actually the meta farming tool for cocoa bean. No, wait, not cocoa bean. Mushroom. Because it gives you more farming fortune. Which is really funny, but it actually is the case. It's kind of funny because my DX is generally like my best farming tool as well. I don't use it. Oh my god, you just got to grow 7? Oh, lucky bitch. That's like 170 mil, Jesus. Only tier 7, I think that's better than a grow 7 is looting 5, no? Yeah. What 4 can I solo? I don't know. I can solo M1 and M2, I think. I think I've soloed M1 and M2. At least M1. Which means I probably can technically solo like an F7 if I get a bit of practice in, but it would definitely still be hard because of terms, right? Terms and just generally like the boss phases are pretty hard to do solo. I can most definitely solo F6. I have actually soloed F6 before for frag running and like just XP grinding. I wanted to test it out how good it was for combat XP, which it was decent for, but I can do flares now, so I just kind of do flares instead. But yeah. It's going to be very interesting to see, though, with this new CD project, how like it's going to affect the whole pet leveling meta. Because it seems like, to me, it's like going to be like the daycare in Pokemon, right? So it's like, you can just leave your pets there, and then they'll just slowly get EXP. Let's just phase 2, the rest is okay. Do you mean, terms are phase 3, if that's what you mean? Because terms is definitely the hardest phase to solo during 4-7. Solo and crushing is more annoying than terms? I don't feel like no. Because you can just do like Bozo Staff back and forth. You could be pretty fast. You have a lot of leeway with crushing because you don't have to actually like perfectly time it. You can just lead him through the crusher right after it's actually crushed already. You have quite a lot of leeway with the crusher. I don't feel like it should be that hard. From at least what I've seen as well with Rage Train's Pay to Win series, he got very much stuck on terms. He didn't really get too stuck on phase 2. He didn't have too much issue with phase 2. His only issues were in phase 3, or phase 3 with terms. So I feel like you're just kind of capping though now. It's not that I play too much dungeons though, so maybe. But I just feel like phase terms would be so much harder because it's also one of those phases where you're just dying a lot, just like bullshit lava bounces and stuff. Time kill if you don't get it immediately. I mean, I guess, but like, you can do, you know, you have infinite time in phase 2. You don't have a time limit. That's kind of why phase 3 is so much harder. It's because you have an actual hard time limit with like Goldor, right? Because if Goldor ever comes too close to you, you're just gonna be dead. But in phase 2, you don't have a time limit. You can just wait it out, right? If you don't get it first try, you can just wait for him to go up and do his lightning attack again, right? Like tank it with a wither cloak or just stand under a pillar and right, you can just try again. There's no problem. You can't really do that in phase 3. You're kind of just stuck with what you're dealt with. If you get like unlucky turns, like a lot of the timing turns, right, like you can just lose automatically. It might not even be your fault. Especially with devices too, because they take so long. Oh wait, I almost died there. Thank God for my hype healing though. Another Twilight Arrow Poison, which is nice. I will hang on to that again. They also have a bunch of Toxic Arrow Poison, which I'm kind of saving for Kuja, but it's not quite as useful as Twilight Arrow Poison, because Twilight Arrow Poison actually increases your damage by a lot, whereas Toxic Arrow Poison doesn't really increase your damage too much. It just increases the amount of times you hit stuff. So first Golden Dragon level, nice. That took like what? Yeah, like 40 minutes or something. That's not too bad. That means I'm getting over 1 G-Drake level per hour, which is kind of nice. Also, where's my mini boss there? Well, the mini boss just evaporated in front of me. Kind of tragic. Everything is so black in the Bursa hideout though, it can be kind of hard to see where stuff is. That's why I have the outline on the boss itself, right? It's also just so it's easier to differentiate from all the other aimmen. Otherwise you have to like look out for the name tags, it can be kind of confusing. Yeah. I'm not going to be doing too many more bosses though. Because I'm getting a little bit tired and I kind of have to go soon too. I want to make some preparations. Thank you, DHXI. That's a shame. But don't worry, I'll stream more during this weekend. Because I actually have time. I've had a pretty busy week, so I haven't really been able to stream too much properly. Which has been kind of tragic, but, you know, it is what it is. Have a good one too. At this point, my energy meter's at 51%, which is kind of unfortunate. I've gotten really lucky with my cores in general. I've gotten them like at below 30% full. Oh, wait, what? Oh, look, I just cheated in a core instead of my Adam's plate. What the fuck was that? But yeah. Kind of tragic with my core luck in this one. Yeah, the main reason I think why I haven't gotten it yet is because I haven't really focused on Magicfind before now. Like the last, I think 300k XP or something. I did like just purely damage. Awesome stream rapper. Thank you, Cookie. RNG drop when? Yeah, I don't know. I don't know, man. Hopefully soon, but I don't really control it. So this lobby's getting so contested. Holy. Having to swap lobbies again. I do want to check my bestiary. Actually, my sealed bestiary. Because it should be like pretty high up there. Yeah, it's at like 79k, right? That's pretty good. I'm actually really close to another level, which is going to be nice. Do have over 20k to go though, so it's definitely going to be a while before I actually max that bestiary out. But I'm glad to see that it's actually like becoming pretty reasonably close to being maxed out. That's what I really like about like the new bestiary. It's like it's actually maxable. The previous bestiary was like nice and all, and like specifically for Ghost, for example, it could actually be better. But you know, it was just so much more tedious. Dreamer number one, I'm your best supporter for real. You are very supportive. I appreciate it very much. Also, that's a kind of funny amount of human HP. 1,019k and 999 EXP. Cookie, I'm his best supporter. Wow. You have competition? Oh my god. I'm interested to see where this goes. JK. Oh, wow. Okay, never mind. You stepped down immediately. Wanna fight? Wow. I mean, what I know, Cookie tends to like take in fights. How? Yeah, I don't really know either, but hey, I believe in you. You could figure out a way to fight. Trust. So more summoning eyes. I've really just been gaining money from my summoning eyes, which is kind of funny. I did have like a chest filled with summoning eyes. Do I still have that actually? I do. I did like for a long ass time just save my summoning eyes, um, for like Diana, but I think she never really came around. If she came around, I was like busy. I will hack you. I'm pretty sure Cookie does not know how to hack, so you're safe. Don't worry. I might do like a dragon stream though, because I do think I still have those summoning eyes. I couldn't potentially drop my own Eve drag, because I haven't done that. I actually haven't really done any dragons. I've dropped a whole bunch of summoning eyes, because like it used to be my main money making method back in 2020 and 2019. Um, which is obviously is a very long time ago at this point, but back then I did do summoning eyes as the meta, because it was the meta for pretty much everyone. Except like a couple people who could actually like do dragons and stuff. I made hundreds of millions just doing dragons, but yeah. Nowadays though, summoning eyes aren't like the best thing for money ever. They're still okay, and like if you actually bother going for like a high tier Eamon and like, you know, stuff like that, you can definitely still earn quite a bit of money, but it's not quite as good. Sorry. Oh no. You made my viewers cry, Cookie. How could you do this? Oh, oops. Also, I just remembered. I have a mythic Enderman pet. Why haven't I not been using that? um, hmm. Yeah, I should probably use the mythic Enderman pet now. Okay, I have to delete some rules though, because my rules are kind of messed up. I should have been using this for a long time ago. I don't know why I didn't. I just never bothered, huh? So it's whenever I start a Slayer quest, I should equip Eamon. And then whenever a Voidling Seraph spawns, where are you? Voidling Seraph spawns, I should equip my G-Drag with a combat XP boost. Nice. Like this, I should actually get some decently sped out boss times, because I should actually be able to spawn stuff. Also, it did not equip for some reason. Probably because I made the rules after I started the quest. I think I should stop talking. For real. I do have to go really soon though. Actually, am I late? I'm gonna be a little late for my appointment, or like not my appointment. What am I saying? For like my the thing I was gonna do, but still have 20 minutes left. So I'll keep streaming for a little longer. I was getting what, like 30 kills per hour before I swapped team in. Maybe I can speed it up a little bit. It hopefully should, right? Because I should need a significantly less bruiser kills to actually spawn my boss. Which has definitely been like a large part of the whole boss loop. What thing? I'm going to another Christmas dinner thing with one of my friends instead. I was with my work yesterday, and today I'm going to one of my friends because he's also holding something. So I kind of have back-to-back Christmas dinners, which is kind of a little stressful. I'm not used to actually having stuff to do. I didn't have like actual stuff to do since like school last year. You're gonna host your birthday party? Nice. Yeah, had your birthday a long time ago now, didn't you? What's up? Why are you hosting it now? In December? Yeah, it's like over a month ago now. It's a little late now. assuming. I kind of talked about everything I wanted to talk about today, but yeah. Yeah, but you can finally drink alcohol. You've drank alcohol before. I know that. What do you mean you can finally drink alcohol? Alright, another specialty that. Not bad. Now that I actually have the pet rules active though, that does mean that I'm gonna have be gaining significantly less pet HP, which is kind of a downside, but since pet HP isn't really worth anything anymore, you know, I don't think it really matters. Oh my god, I just lagged out and just got deleted. Oops. Damn, mythic flying fish, that's kind of a flex. I don't want to get a mythic flying fish at some point. You're kind of nervous. Yeah, but a lot. You want to get drunk? No. You're crazy. Also, invisible people. We love invisible people. They are so fun. Ooh-wee. Okay. I think I'm gonna do like 2 more bosses and then I'm gonna go. And I've been streaming for quite a while anyway. Not that long. It's only been like an hour, but still a decent amount of time. I definitely did stream like a time I didn't usually stream, so. It's been a little weird. I've been a little tired. I don't know why. I do know why. I had a long day yesterday. Maybe we can actually get some drops though. That would be very nice. I have like the most Magicfind I've ever had, and I've just not been dropping anything. So it would be very nice if these Endermen would actually cooperate and give me some RNG drops. You know, like a core. That would be cool. You know, I'd even take like an Even Slayer 7. Like, even that would be fine. You know? Like, I'll be humble. That's a Mana Steel. Kind of close. Not really. Wrong book. But hey, it's something. It's like 10k. Wow. It's kind of garbage. It's really funny with Mana Steel because, like, there's actually people who, like, make money just combining Mana Steel books into, like, Mana Steel Freeze and then selling them to NPC. Which is really funny. And it's also, like, kind of niche because not many people actually know, but most enchants actually have, like, an NPC sell price value. But because you can't sell books, like enchanted books to NPC, the only way you can actually get that money from like the enchants is through like selling a weapon that has the enchant. Do you want from me? I don't know, Cookie. I have no clue. I'm really bad at like having stuff I want. Like a wish list. I'm really bad at having wish lists. Yeah. But it's really niche game knowledge that like actually if you have like have an enchant, it's most useful with like Mana Steel, but if you have like a Mana Steel enchant, for example, you can combine it up to like a Mana Steel free, and then you can put it on sword, and then I think it sells for like 100k to NPC, just because Mana Steel has like an NPC sell price, which is kind of funny. Pretty much every enchant, I think, has like an NPC sell price though. It's just kind of different. And most of the time it's like absolute nothing. Like I think Chimera sells for maybe 100k to NPC or something. Which is obviously not at all worth it when it's like worth 100 mil and can like make such a big difference in so many ways. Even with like LCM or like getting more Magicfind through a DX with a Chimera on it, and just, there's so many more uses for it, right? Than like 100k coins, which you can literally get from like half a minute of mining, which is, you know, a lot easier to do than actually dropping a Chimera book. Would be kind of crazy if someone actually at some point gets to the point where they're gonna have to like waste Chimeras though. Because most normal people, they, you know, just sell it to Bazaar, but some Ironmen, I could imagine at least there's some Ironmen out there that like have a lot of Chimeras. You're gonna put it on the dress? Nice. I'll have fun. I'm also gonna stop after this boss because I actually have to get ready. I should have gotten ready for like 20 minutes ago, but hey, it is what it is. prioritize my stream over my friends. I'm such a bad friend. Ah, it's fine. Don't understand. I have a lot of transport and it like didn't really make sense for me to leave any earlier. Oh, there we go. Nice. I did want to get this bestiary level done, but that's nice. That's a nice little note to finish on, even though I probably won't drop anything. Nope, nothing. But yeah, Sealets 24. That's at least something. What did we do? I did like 20k EXP, which is not too bad. It's nothing crazy, but it's not too bad. I think I went up like a percent on my RG meter, maybe. Yeah, like a couple percent. I think it started at like 48, right? Now it's at 52. So I could maybe potentially try to go for like a Judgment Core, like a RNG drop Judgment Core. At this point, the Judgment Core is actually like looking more like handle drop rate, which is kind of funny. 0.11, right? Isn't that the handle drop rate? Let me actually cheat. I think I can look at it here. Oh, it's actually higher. Wow. Okay. Well, yeah. Hopefully we can actually get to like a handle drop rate. Also, yeah, max or so. What the fuck? They're supposed to be 1 in 333, but they're not at all. But yeah. Anyway, I'm gonna end stream here. I just see a bunch of people just tuned in now, which is kind of tragic. But yeah, I'm gonna end stream here. I have some stuff to do, and I will be streaming probably more tomorrow though, because I actually do have time. It does depend on a couple of things, but hopefully I can actually stream tomorrow. Where I'll probably be doing some more Human Slayer, maybe even some Wolf Slayer. Kind of depends what I feel like doing. But yeah. Otherwise, I hope you enjoy watching, and hi Capybara. Yeah, I'm gonna end stream right now, so that's kind of a tragic timing, but yeah. I know it's because I kind of started streaming quite a lot earlier than I normally do, but I do apologize for that, but I simply just can't keep streaming. I have stuff to do. I will be streaming back to like the normal schedule though, from tomorrow on. Pretty much the whole entire next week, hopefully. I do have a couple of things I need to do next week, but hopefully I'll be able to actually keep my streaming schedule. I do also plan on releasing a YouTube video and not too long, because I do actually have some ideas now, but yeah. Anyway, I gotta go now. Bye!